It's over. Index Card a Day Challenge 2023 is officially over. Now what? What am I going to do now? The flip through of my ICADs is at minute 352 if you want to skip to that. But now I'm going to answer the question, what to do when a challenge is over. So all in all, there were 61 prompts, and I did 20 of them. I wanted to set 20 or 30 of them. I hit 20, and I'm perfectly good with that. But as I'm flipping through these prompts, some of these prompts I find very inspiring. Some I never got to. Do we just close the door on this? No. What I did is I went through the prompts here and I wrote down the ones that I was really inspired by, the ones that I just didn't get to but would like to do. I'm going to take those. So I got, I think, about 40 of them out of the 61 that were inspiring. 21 of them, I just don't care. They're not for me, and that's okay. I typed them up and then I printed them on cover stock. Now cover stock is kind of halfway between tagboard and copy paper, and I got mine at Staples. So I printed it out and then I cut them apart, and I have 40 prompts that I can use at any time to guide, to inspire me. So this is what you can do with any challenge, whether you finish it or not. Add it to your stash of prompts for those times where you're struggling, where the times where you're not inspired. So that's what I've done with Daisy Yellow's prompts. Some of the prompts I've done, but there's multiple ways I can do them, so I've included them in this list. Oh, FYI, I love round corners, so I use my We Are Memory Makers corner punch and rounded off the corners. Then I am just going to put a bulldog clip on these, keep them all together, and put them in a prompt container. Now these are my prompt and process cards, and they're available as a digital download for purchase at NINNYSNAPKINS.com. I'll put a link in the description box. Now these aren't focal images or anything. They're more about the process. They're more prompts to use certain materials or certain techniques. So check that out if you're looking for additional prompts. And between the two of these, those from Daisy Yellow and other challenges and these, you'll find lots of inspiration. So I'm going to store these together. Now, another thing that I have is my color swatches. I've swatched out all the acrylic paints that I have, and I can flip through here and look for a color if I'm not sure what colors I want. I also have my use it or lose it cards. Now these I made after I cleaned and organized my studio and found a bunch of stuff that I wasn't using, but I wasn't ready to get rid of it, so I put it on my use it or lose it list. And if I use it in the next year, I get to keep it. If I don't, then I need to let it go, find a new home for it. And that is actually available as a free digital download at NINNYSNAPKINS.com. So I have 4 prompts cards that I can pull out when I'm stuck. So let's get to the flip through of the ICADs. Like I said, I accomplished 20 out of the 60, and I'm good with that. I feel like I've done the challenge and I was successful. Let's see what we have. Now, reminder, I did mine not on index cards, I did it on card basis. Now these I think I just bought at Michael's, not exactly sure, and there's 4 sides to each one, and so I've made signatures in my DIY journal. Love the bright colors of this. Spread your wings. I tried to do different techniques. I tried to use things in my stash that I haven't used. Love this sea glass prompt. This was a prompt dictionary, and I typed out the meaning from the, it made it look like a dictionary and put it in the background. I'll use that again. This one I absolutely love the background. So I'll be sure to make a similar background on another time. With this one, those music notes, that's a napkin. What an easy way to add that element to your page. I've got some blank pages or partially done pages. Here I used a magazine picture and an uncommon color scheme. Here I went vintage, and I taught you how to make your own composition stamp. Here I have the word as a border, another technique that I'm sure to use again. On this one, I used the TCW Tacky When Dry medium and their foils. Here I used the pastel stencil butters that are new from TCW, as well as some napkins from Ninny's Napkins. Another magazine focal image, but I love the white stamping through the stencil. I'm going to add that to my technique list, things to do again. On this one, I painted with stencil butter. I didn't put it through a stencil. And I tried a black background. Not something I normally do, but now's the time during a challenge like this, push those limits, explore new things. Here again, I use the Tacky When Dry medium and their foils. On this one, I have so many layers of bubbles, but I love the end product. This dress is a flower napkin that I turned into a dress and paired it with a Julie Nutting doll. And who doesn't like these crazy birds? On this one, I showed you how to make your own inexpensive stamp. On both of these pages, the eyes are glossy and glass-like. That's because I used glossy accents. One of the first times I've used it, but it won't be the last. I love it. On the owl one, I've also showed you how to achieve that patina look. So I have two signatures that I'm going to put into my DIY journal. I'll link that video in case you want to make one similar. I think there's 3 or 4 card bases in each signature, and I'm just putting it around the elastic and it goes in. I love this journal because I can pull it out, work flat, but then it goes in easy peasy. Just like that. And I still have plenty of blank sheets. I've got 2 more elastics and signatures to be able to fill up over time. So if I'm looking for something that's about a 5x7, this is the perfect art journal for that. Thank you if you're a subscriber. If you're not, please hit that subscribe button. Click on the bell so you'll be notified of upcoming videos. Leave me a comment. Ask me a question. The challenge may be over, but let's keep creating.